Hello, Tech House viewers. The new Chinese space station CSS is a significant development in the world of space exploration. It is expected to be completed by 2022 and will serve as the only space station in orbit after the International Space Station ISS is decommissioned. This space station is an ambitious project, and China has invested billions of dollars to make it a reality. In this article, we will take a closer look at the CSS, its significance in the space race, and what it means for the future of space exploration. The beginning of the Chinese space station. On April 28, 2021, the Long March 5B, one of the most powerful rockets developed by China, was launched from the island of Hainan in the South China Sea. The payload of this powerful rocket was the core module of a new space station, named Jian, which means the harmony of the heavens. This object was the beginning of a T-shaped space station, along with other modules that will be sent by 2022. The CSS will consist of 3 main modules, and if all goes well, the 3 takenauts that will be sent in June will start living in this module. The CSS is designed to operate for more than 10 years, and it will reach 100 metric tons. It will consist of 3 main modules. After the first shipped core module called Jian, 2 experimental modules will be permanently attached to both sides of this core. Jian, where the takenauts will live for 6 months, and Wenchen, which will be connected to it, are equipped with robotic arms. The other module, Mention, will have an airlock for maintenance and repair of experiments mounted outside the station. Jian has a total of 5 ports, making it possible to add extra modules for future expansions. The CSS is similar to the Russian space station Mir, which was completed in 2001. The CSS was designed to be modular, making it possible to have more living space and longer stays. The new Chinese space station is very similar to Mir, whose mandate has already been completed. The cost of the Chinese space station. It is not clear how much the CSS will cost, but we can estimate it to be around $30 billion, as it is about 1/5 the size of the ISS, which cost $150 billion. The cost of the CSS is a significant investment, and it raises the question of why China is spending so much money on this project. Why is China building the CSS? China was not invited to the ISS project because it was a new and inexperienced player in the space race. However, China invested billions of dollars into its space program and became the 3rd country to send humans into space in 2003. In 2011, the American Congress prohibited NASA and American companies from sharing their technological knowledge and experience with the Chinese government. After this ban, China started to develop its own space station. The CSS has significant meaning beyond allowing scientific research to be carried out in a non-gravity environment. It marks the beginning of a new road, the Moon Road, which will be a vital milestone for people to go to other celestial bodies and become permanent there. The significance of the CSS in the space race. The CSS is a significant development in the world of space exploration. It is the beginning of China's own space program, and it will make China the only country with takenauts in space after 2025 when the ISS is decommissioned. The CSS has several potential benefits for China, including national pride and prestige. The CSS will be a symbol of China's scientific and technological progress, and it will enhance the country's standing in the world. Economic benefits. The CSS will create new industries and jobs, such as manufacturing and servicing spacecraft, and could drive economic growth. Military advantages. Space technology is an essential part of military strategy, and the CSS could provide China with a significant advantage in space warfare. Scientific research. The CSS will enable Chinese scientists to carry out research in a non-gravity environment, which will lead to new discoveries and technologies. Collaboration with other countries. The CSS could provide opportunities for international cooperation in space exploration, which could lead to joint missions to the Moon and beyond. The CSS is just the beginning of China's ambitious plans for space exploration. In the future, China plans to establish a space station on the Moon in cooperation with Russia, and it has already signed an agreement on this. It is not yet clear whether this new station will be on the lunar surface or in orbit, but given the recent developments, it is likely that China will want to do both. Last year, China became the first nation to make an unmanned landing on the far side of the Moon, which was far from being visible. One of the purposes of this landing was to scout to establish a permanent space station there. For such a station to be permanent, ports are needed. Just like there are resting facilities on long distances between cities, the stations revolving around the Earth and the Moon are important milestones for people to go to other celestial bodies and become permanent there. The future of space exploration. The CSS is a significant development in the world of space exploration, and it raises the question of what the future of space exploration will look like. The CSS is just the beginning of China's ambitious plans for space exploration, and other countries, such as the United States and Russia, also have plans for space exploration. NASA plans to send humans to Mars by the 2030s, and it has already sent several rovers to the planet. The United States also plans to establish a permanent presence on the Moon, which could serve as a staging point for missions to Mars and beyond. Russia also has ambitious plans for space exploration, including a new space station on the Moon and missions to Mars. Russia has a long history of space exploration, and it is one of the few countries that can launch humans into space. The CSS has significant implications for the future of space exploration. It marks the beginning of a new era in space exploration, and it could lead to international cooperation and collaboration in space exploration. The CSS is also a symbol of China's rise as a superpower and its commitment to science and technology. The new Chinese space station is a significant development in the world of space exploration. It is an ambitious project, and China has invested billions of dollars to make it a reality. The CSS will be the only space station in orbit after the ISS is decommissioned, and it will make China the only country with takenauts in space after 2025. The CSS has significant implications for the future of space exploration. It marks the beginning of a new era in space exploration, and it could lead to international cooperation and collaboration in space exploration. The CSS is also a symbol of China's rise as a superpower and its commitment to science and technology. The CSS is just the beginning of China's ambitious plans for space exploration, and other countries, such as the United States and Russia, also have plans for space exploration. The future of space exploration is exciting, and it could lead to new discoveries and technologies that could benefit humanity.